Hello, Scorpio. This is your love and relationships reading for July 2017. Okay, so I'm cutting the cards. Your first card is the World. Page of Pentacles. A King of Wands reversed. I have Temperance in reverse. A Nine of Pentacles. A Queen of Wands. I have a Ten of Swords reversed. This is a Wheel of the Year, or the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And then I have the Hangman, which is reversed. Okay, so I will pull the outcome card, of course, near the end of the reading. Not much water. Now, Temperance is not necessarily a major arcana card that's associated with Scorpio, but it still has water. Okay, this idea of emotional balance, we have a little bit of an upheaval here when it's upside down. And then your other major arcana card, this was the first one, you have the World. And then you have the Wheel of the Year, which is about change. And the Wheel of the Year and the World sort of correspond to each other because they are about cycles. They are about going through a journey that starts over again. You reach the ending of a journey and you start. That's the theme of the World. For the Wheel of the Year is about natural changes and changes that are meant to be. Okay, nothing stays the same. Everything, whatever is put on the wheel comes back around and changes. And it's all about working with those changes, not fighting against them. So you have the World as your first card here, which is signaling a new chapter in your life. But this Wheel of the Year is reversed. And sometimes when it's reversed, it does mean bad luck. And sometimes it can signal a little bit of stagnation, things that never change. There's an inability to move forward. There are things in your life that are keeping you stuck. And that's corresponding definitely to this Ten of Swords in reverse and to this Hangman in reverse, which I will get to a little bit later. And then once again, going back to the Temperance card, it's very important that it's usually associated with Sagittarius. And so when this card is in reverse, when we do not have that balance, sometimes it means that we don't have our inner will, our inner discipline. We don't have our inner thermostat, so to speak, working properly. We're letting outside factors and outside influences affect us and affect our reactions. So this is important because your three major arcana cards, especially with the Hangman here at the end, you have four major arcana cards. And together they're sort of telling this story of you being emotionally challenged, trying to keep things under wraps, trying to, just trying to maintain equilibrium. But nevertheless, it seems like there are things going on in your relationships from the outside that are putting a lot of pressure on you. And that's definitely happening more towards your future more than anything else. It seems like there's a big buildup here in past influences in the present heading into your future. Also, this interesting corresponding with this King of Wands upside down, and then the Queen is right under him. The King gets knocked back to the Queen. You know, the King of Wands, when it's in reverse, a control freak, someone who's ill-tempered, has no self-control. And then this temperance issue, we have things out of balance next to this Nine of Pentacles, which is a happy home and prosperity and joy, next to this Queen of Wands, who has to have her way. She's very extroverted. Whatever she wants to have, she goes for it. So that's why I'm getting this impression, Scorpio, that you're dealing with a lot of external pressure from the relationship, from a partner. And when you have these two pentacles right next to each other, we have a Page of Pentacles here, and the Page of Pentacles is always about studying and slowing down and examining an issue. Sometimes it is a reality check card where we look and we get stable and we look at reality the way it is, because pentacles are part of the physical world. And so this world here is bringing in a new chapter in your life. A Page of Pentacles, we're trying to adjust. But then we have a King of Wands who throws everything out of whack again, which is why now we have this Temperance in reverse. This Nine of Pentacles in the center of your spread, there's a balance in the relationship that you're trying to maintain. Once again, Pentacles are about the material world, prosperity and happiness and a love of life. It can also be a card about being prosperous and having abundance, and just everything that you work on sort of yields fruit, and it grows. So it's interesting that we have this interesting situation with the Wands, where I feel like there's a person maybe who's not necessarily fire with a sun sign. They're not necessarily Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but this is a person who has a lot of external influence on the relationship. They're the ones who are somewhat directing the relationship. I get a feeling that a lot of your happiness, things are so much more smoother and easygoing when this person gets their way. So, but the other issue is that you do not want to compromise here your inner peace and joy. You do not always want to sacrifice what your needs are to make this other person happy. Okay, there has to be a balance between the both of you, not just one person getting what they want. So as we head into the future, it seems like you should be wary of things turning upside down, that this Wand's energy is going to act up again, or someone, this Ten of Swords, for instance. When tens are reversed, it means that you do not complete a cycle. Tens are a number that mean this issue or this situation has ended. This cycle has ended and you get to start over again. And a Ten of Swords usually means that things get as bad as they're going to get. And then it's resolved. You get through it. You've been hurt. Someone has betrayed you. Someone has disappointed you. There are so many things going bad in the relationship. But when this Ten of Swords is upside down, it means that things are still going to continue getting a little chaotic here. And when you have this wheel of the year, which is about change and evolution, and the card of karma, that whatever is put on the wheel and sent around, it eventually comes back, or it, the karma, the wheel of karma is in effect to where there's a change, there's a resolution, whatever goes around comes around, and that issue is resolved. Well, if it doesn't change, if it's stuck, if it's in reverse, then you have those issues where you're stuck and the toxic energies of the relationship are still just sitting there. Okay? And it can make you feel nothing is ever going to change. It can make you feel helpless in the relationship. So that wheel needs to keep turning. The natural cycles of life have to keep turning. And sometimes we have more power than we realize to get that wheel turning again instead of staying stuck in the same situation, which can definitely explain why your 10 of Swords and your Wheel of the Year is stuck. And I think what the tarot is definitely saying with the Hangman, because the Hangman is also a card of accepting difficulties and not trying to control them. You see the man is hanging upside down, and there's nothing he can do about it. All he can do is just accept the changes, change the way he's thinking about these things, and just sort of see this problem in a different way. But when the Hangman is in reverse, it means that once again, this issue of being stuck and not seeing things differently, not seeing the relationship differently, not seeing this other person in a way that accepting what's going on with this person and not being willingly blind, you have to be able to do that. And if you want, there's a saying that if you want something different, change what you've been doing. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. And I think that is definitely the message that's going on here. If you keep sacrificing your emotional happiness and peace and balance for a particular person just to be in a relationship, and I know that for some of you Scorpios, that's happening on different levels. Some of you in very small ways, some of you in very big ways. Then, there's no point in being in a relationship, because the entire relationship is about you making that person happy, or that person just manipulating you. So it's not that the tarot is saying you're just going to get stuck again, there's no point. I think what the tarot, the message of the oracle here in this situation, it's sort of like a warning that if you think this person's changing, you might be having some good times now and a little bit of, a really, you might feel relaxed and like, wow, it seems like things are finally back on track. I think what the tarot is saying to you is that there's still issues that you need to look at with eyes open. And you need to be prepared to change, because this person isn't going to change just yet. And you need to change what you've been doing and the way you've been reacting in the relationship in order to move forward. So the future message from the tarot for you, Scorpio, is there's going to be a lot of issues that are going to come up again for some of you that will be repeating themselves. It seems like you thought you were getting past it, but they might actually come up again. So I am shuffling for the outcome card. And I have a 10 of Wands in reverses. So you have two 10s in reverse. And once again, that's very, very important to know, because 10s should usually signal when they're upright and ending. a resolution. And when you get 2 10s, not only that, a 10 of Swords, because this is the card of feeling pulled in different directions and feeling overwhelmed. But yet you were almost home. The man is almost done carrying these wands, this bundle of wood, right? But when that 10 is reversed, it's almost as if the tarot is saying, well, this is still going to be a problem or an obstacle in the near future. And it's a situation that could actually harm you or really become worse if you don't do anything about it, or if you don't stand your ground. And so definitely these wands here that I think are representing the energy of partners or romantic situations that you're trying to find your sweet spot, your happiness in. These wands, this king and this queen together, seem to be piling on, piling on, piling on. And the tarot is saying, hold up, don't let them do that to you. Okay? You need to find a way to get your emotional balance and happiness first, making you happy first. And then maybe you can get back to what this other person is doing here and know what your boundaries are. So just be very careful, Scorpio. Keep your own counsel and just be aware. And so that was your reading. And just a heads up, I will have to limit my hours of availability for readings. I've been teaching a lot. I am an instructor for other schools, and I've been getting a lot of assignments. It's almost as if I'm working full time. So as we go throughout the rest of the year, I'm sorry to say that I'm going to have to limit my hours for reading to Fridays and Saturdays, afternoons and evenings. So if you try to make an appointment, in the next few days, you'll see that I'm not as available in the mornings as much for pretty much most of the work week. So I'm sorry to tell you that, but I will try to accommodate my regulars. I know that there are many of you who get regular readings from me from week to week, and so give me a heads up. I will try to help you out as much as possible. But like I said, when fall comes, the fall semester, it's really going to be a little hectic for me. So try to take that into consideration. But if anything changes, I'll let you know. So thank you so much, as always, for your support, your wonderful comments. I always appreciate it. I've been doing this for 2 years, and it's always been wonderful when I get to finally do these readings every month. So thank you so much. I hope you're having a wonderful summer, and I wish you love and light.